really important to me. It is the outpouring of knowledge that I have gained over the last decade of being the founder of 1 Million Women. It is about how climate action cascades from individuals and households into communities and collectively into every space and place of society. I think we have a real opportunity, right now to see the world differently and to do things differently, to be a kinder and more compassionate society. We can create a world where we are not defined as consumers, where every dollar we spend or invest is for the good of the planet, a world where we truly connect with country and listen and learn from our First Nations peoples and understand deep in our hearts that the land and oceans and waterways are living systems. The bottom line is this decade needs us. This decade needs more women. It needs our creativity, our ingenuity, our solutions. This decade needs us to marshal our collective power and our emotional intelligence and gather our networks and speak our truth to power. It needs us to step into our agency and lead in whatever capacity we can.
Optimism, I love that phrase, and in my experience it's absolutely true. Action and optimism feed each other, they nourish each other. Natalie Isaacs walked into my office and said, I've got this great idea, I want to make changes in my life. If I could get 1 million women to make the same changes, imagine the thing we could build. I was like, yeah, Natalie, okay. So she didn't come in and say, I want 1,000 women or 10,000 women. No, let's start with 1 million women and across the world, working with each other, teaching each other, motivating each other, supporting each other, fighting inch by inch, conversation by conversation to build lasting support for climate action. So I know that the climate bill that's in the Parliament at the moment is the beginning of the fight. It's not the end of the fight, it's the beginning of making progress. We don't want to legislate ambition today only to see it extinguished tomorrow. We want to make sure that the roots of climate action go deep into our soil, that they are maintained and sustained through the years and through the decades and through the generations. As Natalie argues in this book, it's absolutely not something to be afraid of.
Being here has been reflecting about the NAIDOC theme of a few years ago, which was, because of her, we can.
Every generation must fight for the generations to come, and I fight. Nobody can doubt the immensity of the challenge we face. If we are going to seriously respond to climate change, it needs us all to be transforming our own lives and our own communities. We have to chart our own journey. We have to find our own voice, shape our own stories, have constant climate conversations with our locally elected MPs, connect with country, live with the least impact on the planet. We have to be citizens of this planet and not consumers of it. We have to be determined and optimistic, but most importantly, we have to be present in this climate fight right here, right now.
Thank you.